Good afternoon and welcome to the August 12, 2024 meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance, led today by Commissioner Rose.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you could bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us here today. As today is the first day back to school, I ask that you watch over our students, our faculty, our staff, and everyone who is within this community. I ask for a good, successful year where our students are safe. I ask that you continue to watch over this community, this city, as we grow, and all the leadership here, that you give us a sound mind and you help us in making the best decisions for this city. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Here.
Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan?
Here.
Interim Commissioner Rose?
Here.
Commissioner Burns?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum with all members present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First item of business is to consider the minutes from the workshop agenda review and
Second.
City Council meetings of July 15, 2024. Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor indicate so by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? So the motion carries. Okay, let's move right to the mayor's update. So last week's rain and wind and Hurricane Debbie are a reminder that it's storm season here, and the forecast remains intimidating, I guess. Thankfully, we weren't impacted last week heavily, but just reminds us to be prepared. We probably are in for a few more storm events before November. Primary voting is upon us. All elections are important, but especially those that are local elections. Next Tuesday is primary election day, but you don't have to wait till the 20th to vote. You can cast your ballot early. You can still, well, actually, I'm not sure that you can still, yeah, you can still request absentee.
Up until, yes, I guess yesterday.
So maybe you can't request an absentee. Okay, disregard that information, but you can definitely vote early through Sunday. You'll just have to check with the supervisor on if you can still request an absentee ballot or not. Commissioner Ortiz is on the phone, and it's
Yes, sir.
his birthday is coming up, so even though he will have to just, well, I think we can do a pretty good job and make sure that.
It's your birthday as well.
Oh, yeah. Mayor,
No, but
it's your
we
birthday,
did
too.
not sing happy birthday to
Then
you.
sing to me.
All right, we'll sing to you.
Commissioner
Okay.
Ortiz.
We're going to do it twice?
Not twice, once.
You're that much of a glutton for punishment?
No, just one. Together, work together. Okay.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mayor Dyer and Commissioner Ortiz. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you ever so much. And I see Orrin dressed in celebration.
He looks like a
Thank you,
birthday
sir.
cake.
I know, or an Easter egg, one of the two. Okay, a couple items of note. So items B3, F1, and F2 are the items leveraging federal funds that we got, and this includes our Accelerate Orlando funds that are helping us to bridge the digital divide and advance our action plan for unsheltered homelessness. We are considering 12 new tables of connection, which operate as small resilience hubs with free Wi-Fi, shade, and backup power for residents in our neighborhoods. And we are also considering funding to help renovate and expand the Pathways Drop-In Center. The center provides a safe place during the day for unsheltered and persons at risk of losing housing who have been diagnosed with serious mental illnesses as well as traumatic brain injuries and severe brain disorders. We are also doing a second allocation to the Christian Service Center on our Rush initiative to help at least an additional 20 homeless individuals, moving them into permanent supportive housing. Last year's Rush program was incredibly successful. B21, we're creating partnerships for more safe, affordable housing in our community. On today's agenda is an item to approve a proposal from the Orlando Neighborhood Improvement Corporation to develop a 67-unit multi-family development on vacant city land on Piedmont Street. Commissioner Burns, I know that you've been working on this for a long time, so thank you for your leadership. And then lastly, B 2021 and CRA 5 and 6 with Project DTO, we're moving forward to ensure that our downtown is a neighborhood for everyone, and that includes improving mobility. So there are two items on the agenda. One is to transform Magnolia back into a two-way street with parking and integrated limo operations, and the other is planned improvements on Church Street, converting a section near the Sunrail station into a festival street. With that, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which is a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of our commission members an opportunity to comment on the consent agenda and other important happenings from their districts. We rotate the order that we do that, and Commissioner Rose is first up today. Commissioner.
Good afternoon, everyone. As I said, today is the first day of back to school, and glad to see our students off. We hosted several back to school events. I want to thank FPR and the staff. Lisa, your staff did a great job at all of our neighborhood centers hosting events back to school. Want to thank some of our partners, Orlando Magic, Anthony Cole, 50 Ways Foundation, Black Ink Orlando, Aspire With Us, Grow Gaining, and several others who participated in back to school. I want to thank Orange County Supervisor of Elections, Glenn Gilzine, for honoring my request. One of the things that when he first was appointed, I requested to have an early voting site in District 5, and I'm proud to say that we have the Heart of Wellness Center that is open 710 South Tampa Avenue from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. until this Sunday. There will be a community meeting on August 28th at the Grand Avenue Center to talk about a USDA grant that we are potentially seeking. It will be posted once we have a flyer on the District 5 page, so I encourage everyone to follow the page. Mentioned last council meeting, and I want to bring it back up again today. We are getting closer to an MOU with UCF for the UCF Riches projects. As mentioned, it is an opportunity for us to do storytelling about the history of Paramore, and so we are going into an MOU, and I am going to create, the district office will create a history council, and so I'm seeking input from the community to be a part of that. There will be a community meeting in September, more to come, with the procurement and MWBE office. One of the things that I see the district in is what I call the preparation season. So I want to get the residents as well as the businesses in the community prepared for the procurement opportunities that will be available here at the City of Orlando. As far as items on the agenda, I'm glad to see A3. For those who have never participated, the One Person, One Tree program is a great opportunity, so glad for that item. B3, as we work to bridge the digital divide and providing the tables of connection, which will provide free Wi-Fi in the parks, I'm glad to see Clear Lake, George Barker Park, Pleasant Valley, and Gilbert McQueen receive those table of connections. B21, although this is in District 6, this is a neighboring, it's literally 2 streets down from where I live, and so glad to see opportunity of affordable housing in the community. On H2, I'm glad to see Orlando Police Department partnering with Legal Aid Society to help our most vulnerable in this community, and so that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Burns.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, fellow council members, city staff, and visitors. I'd like to wish everyone a happy first day of school. To all our scholars, teachers, staff, and district workers, today begins the first day of new opportunity to thrive in the classroom, and I wish each of our scholars a safe, fun, and exciting school year. Also, Mayor, would like to acknowledge the presence of 2 of our Neighborhood Association presidents, Ms. Shirley Heath of Carver Shores and Ms. Dion Turner of Richmond Heights. I'd like to thank you all for your support and your continued engagement. And Mayor, Ms. Heath calls me every morning at 7:45 to keep me posted of what's going on in Carver Shores. So So it's good to see you. I just spoke with her a few hours ago. But also on Wednesday, July 24th, my office hosted our For the Children Scholarship and Award Ceremony, where we awarded $11,000 in scholarships to kids who either attend school in District 6 or who live in District 6. And the funds for this scholarship comes from our annual golf tournament, which is coming up, and we'll provide some more information about that. But also I'd like to say thank you to Bobby Belton, the program manager for our My Brother's Keeper program, who was our guest speaker and shared an inspiring message with our scholars. Also on July 25th, I attended the MWBE 40th anniversary held at Lou Gardens. For decades, the city's MWBE program has championed diversity, equity, and inclusion in city contracting. And as we look forward to the upcoming projects like the Camping World Stadium renovations, I'm encouraged that we have the opportunity to include a diverse collection of businesses to help us realize the vision of a world-class stadium right here in the city of Orlando. Also this week, Thursday, they will be having an open house celebrating their 40 years of participation. Also, on July 25th, I had the opportunity to attend the FPR Summer City Showcase. It was a great event highlighting a lot of the talent throughout our community. And I'd like to say to Lisa and her staff, they did a great job, great event again this year. Also, on July 27th and 28th, we hosted two back-to-school bashes where we handed out books, bags, about 1,000 backpacks, about 600 pair of shoes. Just like to say thank you to the Cole Anthony 50 Ways Foundation, Operation Shared Shoes, Orlando Magic, and several barbers in the Central Florida area. On last Friday, August 9th, I, along with Mayor Dyer, Commissioner Stewart, and Orange County Mayor Demings, attended the Sunrail D-Land Station grand opening. This was a historic moment, highlighting the expansion and growth of our Sunrail train, which now provides services to residents in D-Land. I enjoyed the day. We started downtown Orlando and rode to DeBerry and then to D-Land. I must admit this was my first time, Mayor, riding the train, but I enjoyed it. So I will be, especially since we're picking up the tab, I'll be riding it a little more coming up. So, but it was well done. It was great to have that experience. Mayor, on the agenda, you made mention of this, but I would like to acknowledge and express my support for the Orlando Neighborhood Improvement Corporation, known as ONIC. Their proposal for the development of affordable multifamily housing on the Piedmont Street in District 6. And this property formerly housed the city's box yards, where we kept all the dumpsters there. And I went on a walking tour when I first got elected in my first term and heard from the residents that they wanted to see something else done with that space. So thank you, Mayor, for your support in bringing affordable housing and supporting the idea of bringing affordable housing to that area. So it'd be 67 units mixed with 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom garden style units. This development would assist and give the opportunities to families needing affordability in our community to raise children and create new home environments where everybody can thrive. Just a few upcoming events. This week I have my mobile office hours from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. this Wednesday at the L. Claudia Allen Senior Center. And then on August the 15th, this week we are hosting our iDrive Business Roundtable. Starts at 11 o'clock at Mango's Tropical Cafe. This event is a joint effort between myself and District 6 County Commissioner Mike Scott to engage the business community along the iDrive corridor, and we look forward to a great event. And I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. And ladies, thanks for your help. And what I would suggest is, let's move those calls up to Commissioner Burns to 6:45. Every day, 6:45. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you.
Call me. I have a cell phone too, so call me.
Thank you for what you do. On the new school theme, just wanted to share, we have 2 new schools opening in District 1. One is Innovation High School, you may hear of, home of the Bulls, the Innovation Bulls, but that is on Dowden Road, just outside the 417, brand new high school opening. And like most of the schools, it's at capacity day one. And also Luminary Elementary School, which is in South Lake Nona, almost down to Boggy Creek Road. They opened today too, with a little help, I think, from everybody getting that open. So exciting time as we continue to grow in the Southeast. Quick word of thanks. On Wednesday, July 31st, we hosted a National Night Out kickoff event with at least 20 of the community leaders in District 1 to encourage them to have National Night Out parties this year. Great reception. I want to thank Georgiana Butler and her team for hosting that, putting that together, and also Captain Rich Lane and the OPD team for showing up, as well as Captain Chief Salazar and the OFD team for supporting that. So thanks to all, and Georgiana's doing a great job with Neighborhood Watch in District 1. One item on the agenda I wanted to mention, and that's C7. Orange County's objection notwithstanding, I'm in support of the Camino North annexation. Mayor, that's all I had. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Ortiz?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to hold my comments until next City Council and yield my time to Commissioner Stewart.
Okay, Commissioner Stewart?
Thank you, Mayor, and I'm going to take the next 45 minutes talk a little bit about what's... No, but we have a lot of things that have been happening. Let me first say congratulations to Amari Jones. Amari is a graduate, not of Jones High School, but of Edgewater High School. It took
Out of District 6.
Oh, wait, he was District 6, but came to Edgewater High School and won a bronze medal in welterweight boxing. So congratulations to Edgewater High School graduate. We had, I saw in the news today, we had 5 Orlando Pride players that came back with medals, 1 with a gold and 4 Brazilian players that came back with silver. So they deserve a round of applause for that. And the mayor reminded me that the guy who came back with a bronze in break dancing, I have no idea why, but that's great. Actually, he's from Orlando and has moved to Kissimmee, but he's from Orlando. His name is Victor Montalvo, who's out of Kissimmee, but he is born and raised in Orlando. So we have another bronze medalist here. So that's great news for Orlando and for Central Florida.
Commissioner, you're obviously not a break dancer.
No. I would break if I danced. I'll put it that way. All right, so a couple of things coming up. Let me I mentioned, first of all, we had our safety splash last week. Chief Salazar, Chief Smith, thank y'all very much for the work that y'all have done in supporting this. I appreciate it. We had a great turnout. We guessed around 350 that came from the community and had hamburgers, hot dogs, ice cream. It was great, and I appreciate that. We also got some good information out based upon safety and school safety, and I appreciate our work with the guys over at College Park Neighborhood Center. They always do a wonderful job, and I appreciate that. And then on Friday, we went to the Back to School special over at Rosemont and had a great opportunity to spend time with the kids from the after-school program, and then went back on Saturday for a neighborhood event that was sponsored by several fraternities and fraternity and sorority in town. And that was another great event. Probably 400 or 500 that came through that day and got something to eat on Saturday. So that was wonderful to do that and be part of that. So thank you, everybody. Congratulations to MBE on their 40th anniversary. There's a lot of history in the last 40 years with MBE, but that process started with Carl Langford and with my brother was on the city council many years ago, continued with formalizing that with Mayor Frederick, and which my brother Jacob was involved in. So it's been something that's really close to my heart, and I'm so grateful for the fact that we continue that. And Mayor, I'm so grateful for your leadership in continuing that as well, because I think it makes our community a better community. So thank you for that personally. Sunrail, yeah, we had Sunrail, and I want to tell you, I'm probably going to get in trouble, but nobody listens to these things anyway, right, Ed? Mayor, thank you for your work on Sunrail. I know that part of what we're doing, we celebrated last week, was the original vision and the original work you did for years and years and years. And it's your leadership that has got us to where we are, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate that personally.
Thank you.
And I think when we all kind of sunset our lives, we're going to look back and see that one of the major impacts we had in our community was Sunrail, and it was your leadership. I'll tell you how much I appreciate that. Some things coming up, so let's make sure we have a National Night Out party in Baldwin on August 13th at 6 p.m. The Police Chief, Chief Smith's community meeting is over at Rosemont tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. And we have two very important things coming up, and they all center around this small little asset that we have in our community called Dubstred Golf Course. This year's the 100th anniversary of Dubstred, and this Saturday we'll be celebrating our centennial golf tournament, specializing in a special golf tournament, and we'll be unveiling a historical marker that this Saturday about it. And then on September 12th, we'll be having a gala and to invite the entire community to come with you. If you'd like tickets, all you got to do is just pay for them. Please get a chance to come. We're raising money for Orlando Youth Minority Golf programs that we have. And so please come and get a chance to enjoy that. It's going to be the course is in great shape, and we get a chance to celebrate 100 years of that course. So thank you all very much. And then one last thing. As we sit here today, what time is it? So Edgewater High School just completed their Monday afternoon practice, and they're getting ready to go to a soccer match in Manchester, England. They got invited to be part of this NFL exchange program, a home-and-home game with NFL elite high school players that are meeting at what's called the NFL Academy in Manchester, England, and they'll be playing on Thursday. If you'd like to watch, it'll be on, I think it's on YouTube at like 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. If you want details, let me know, or go to the Edgewater High School site. They're over there and having a great time. They get back on Friday, I guess, and then they get back into the school this year. So, as to the agenda, one last thing I want to share with a little bit of a sad note. Some of you will remember a company years ago called Johnson Electric. Johnson was a very prominent company that helped in the growth of Orlando. Mr. Johnson sold his business a while back. His wife survived him. His wife passed away this past weekend, Ruth Johnson, at the age of 104. So a wonderful long life of a Christian lady, and a sweet lady. She happens to be my son-in-law's grandmother too. So, but having somebody who's lived in College Park nearly 100 years it's kind of a big deal, and so she should be celebrated. On the agenda today, the only thing I want to really share is on B14. We're getting ready to approve, or we're going to approve an agreement between Four Roots and OUC for some maintenance on an area that's adjacent to Four Roots. And I share that to say that Four Roots is going to be opened up pretty soon. So you guys get ready. We're getting ready to have a state-of-the-art urban farming facility in town, and I think it will bring a lot of excitement to our community. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sheehan.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. And it's already been mentioned, but I've been a season ticket holder from the Pride since day one. Proud, go girls. You know, I believe in supporting women's sports. And I was delighted to see that we had 5 players at the Olympics. 4 were on Brazil, and 1 was on the USA team. And talk about divided allegiance. I really wanted Marta to win, but I wanted the USA to win. So it was a rough game for me because I was screaming for both teams. But good job, everyone. And Marta, we love you. We wish you would have gotten that gold, even though I know I'm not supposed to root against the USA. But it was a great game and hard fought. And congratulations to all the Pride players. You all have a lot to be proud of. And they are doing amazingly well. They are #1 now. And so if you have not come to see an Orlando Pride game, come on out because they're amazing. We supported them before they were good. Well, they were always good, but we were supporting them before they won. And we want to get out to a Pride game because they're just doing outstanding things right now. I was privileged to go to see our own very talented group from Renaissance Theater go see From Here off Broadway. It is a locally produced play about Pulse that actually was playing off Broadway, and it was an amazing experience. I'm so proud of those young people, and they just did a great job and represented Orlando very, very well in New York City. So we're very, very proud of Renaissance Theater and their wonderful production of From Here that played in New York. It is the first day of school, and I want to thank Ted Carroll of Carroll Adams Group. They have been sponsoring the backpacks for Reese Terrace kids for 20 years. And they just don't give out backpacks and string packs with a few crayons in it. We call the Orange County Public Schools find out everything our kids need to succeed on day one. And Ted has written that check every year. He has donated 2,600 backpacks to the children of Reese Terrace. So I just want to thank Ted Carroll. You're a great guy. You do wonderful things for our kids, and I cannot thank you from the bottom of my heart enough, because our kids succeed because of great people like Ted Carroll. Also on the agenda today, we have on B3 tables of connections. We're also getting one for Langford. I'm glad to see that as well, because that's the one that will be serving the community of Reese Terrace. Item B12, we are purchasing swans for Lake Eola. I brought it to the council today. It's a high ticket item. We've had a problem with the Lake Eola swans between the bird flu, otters have eaten them, raccoons ate the babies, so we've had some problems with our population at Lake Eola. Swans are not cheap. It's $19,500, but that's going to get us 2 mated pairs of trumpeters, 2 whoopers, and 2 Australian blacknecks. So I understand that people are like, well, that's a lot of money, but you know what? Our swans are priceless. We need to replenish that population. People love our swans at Lake Eola Park, and I want to make sure we continue to have 5 of the 7 varieties of swans at Lake Eola Park. The only ones we don't have are Coscarobas, because they are like geese and they tend to roam, and we don't have the tundra swans because it's too hot here, but we have all the other swan varieties of the world. Kids love them, everybody loves them, and I think it's important that we make this expenditure to make sure that we continue to have a good population. And Mayor, if you want to help me release them, we'll do that again. So, but these are adults. It's not as hard to introduce the adults as it is to introduce the babies, because we got to kind of keep them away from the other swans so they don't attack them. So, I think it'll go well. And we want to we really appreciate the breeder that we've worked with for many, many years to get swans, because they're not even easy to find these days. So that's on the agenda today, and I thank the council for your support on that. And also on the agenda today, item C3, Frisky Lemur Brewing Company. I can't wait to go there. I don't know what a frisky lemur is, but I sure want to find out. That's over at 4976 Millennia Boulevard. They're getting a new sign, lights, fans, new kitchen, updated bathrooms, a new bar, and replace the water heater. It's all about business assistance. So thank you, Frisky Lemur. Can't wait to go check out your location, and glad the city is helping you with your business assistance needs. And also another little agenda item on C10, Cumberland's done a great job cleaning up that area over on Division, and they want to, we're working with them as well to expand their facility a little bit and use for some parking, and I fully support that because they've been a great business partner. And with that, I will move the agenda. Thank you, Mayor.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? So the motion carries. All right, we, without objection, will recess the city council meeting. We'll convene the CRA meeting. I think I can take the first 3, David. So number 1 is approving CRA meeting minutes from June the 24th. Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. All in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the second is approving CRA minutes from July 15th.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rose, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? So the motion carries. Number 3 is advisory board meeting minutes from June the 12th.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, and so the motion carries. And number 4, David.
Yes, thank you very much, Mayor, and good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. So item 4 is a DTO retail program funding agreement. So as you may remember, it was October of last year where we took the chance to really amend our DTO retail program and really look at how we can attract more goods-based retailers into downtown Orlando. We have an applicant for one here today that is a jewelry store. It is a gentleman with 19 years of experience in the jewelry business and looking to relocate to the Crest Building on Orange Avenue, so 130 South Orange Avenue, the northern side of that building. So we're happy to hopefully welcome them to downtown. They're doing $105,000 of renovations to that building to get it ready to serve as a jewelry store. Of that, the program allows for $75,000 of assistance from the CRA to assist, in addition to 1 year's rental abatement of $50,000 from the CRA for a total investment of $125,000. He has signed a 5-year lease for that space, and I'm happy to address any questions.
Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Rose. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, so the motion carries. Number 5.
Thank you. Yes, so number 5, as you mentioned, Mayor, in your earlier remarks, this is a companion item to B20 that you saw on the consent agenda. It's an agreement with DRMP, the city, as well as the CRA to start some two-way conversion work along Magnolia. We've talked a lot about the benefits that two-way streets provide, especially in the downtown core, enhancing connectivity, enhancing businesses, and creating more walkability as well. So we're excited to start some of this work. This is the interim project that really allows us to then unlock the two-way potential of Orange Avenue as well as Roslyn Avenue. This work is about $360,000 with DRMP. There's some additional add-on services that we may need to utilize just based on their design that are about $135,000. They do meet full MWBE requirements, and I'm happy to address any questions from the board.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rose, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. 6.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So item 6, the final item for the CRA today. This is another agreement that was also on the consent agenda as B21. This is with the CRA, the city, and Jacobs Engineering Group. This one, again, focusing on Church Street, so specifically the corridor between Garland and the train tracks, taking the opportunity to really start that design work and creating a true festival street in that area that enhances placemaking, creates more business vibrancy, and as well as pedestrian-friendly ways to go through that area. This contract is about $570,000. The CRA would be funding the entirety of that. They also met the full MWBE requirements, and I am happy to address any questions.
Mayor, I had a question.
Question by Commissioner Sheehan.
Yeah, David, I think people are confused sometimes, and they blame the city when they see, that there's no activity and a private property owner does not have to open businesses. I don't know why in the heck anyone would want to have an entire street area full of vacant buildings, but it seems to be that's the situation that we're dealing with on Church Street. I'm wondering why would we be closing the street for a festival street when there's actually I don't think there's anything left on Church Street now. So could you kind of share what the logic would be on that? Because, I mean, it's dead right now. I mean, there's absolutely nowhere to go right now on Church Street.
Sure, absolutely. So from our perspective, Commissioner, that's actually the opportunity and why the timing makes sense. So obviously when you do a large-scale reconstruction project and you're closing the roads, it is very impactful on businesses in that corridor. For years, even when you go back to looking at the sports and entertainment corridor and why we have the Dr. Phillips Center where it is and the Kia Center where it is and so on and so forth, Church Street really is that spine to connect all these, and having vibrant businesses is a big part of that. We're not there today. So now with the opportunity to really take down that corridor, understanding that there's no businesses there today, so limit the amount of auxiliary impacts and really have something hopefully come back that not only drives their interest and excitement to be a part of that area, but also their long-term success that meets the vision of the sports and entertainment corridor that was set out on over 20 years ago, we thought was the right way to get things started.
Okay, that's good, thank you.
Okay, is there a motion?
Move.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. Additional discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and so the motion carries. David, any more business to come before the CRA?
That is all, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Then we will stand adjourned as to the CRA, and we will reconvene the city council meeting. And we're on hearings, ordinances, second reading. We have 3 of those, so Madam Clerk, would you read the first?
Ordinance number 2024-28, an ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, annexing to the corporate limits of the city certain land generally located north of Silver Star Road, east of Eunice Avenue, west of North John Young Parkway, and south of Shader Road, and comprised of 6.32 acres of land, more or less, and amending the city's boundary description, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to designate the property as industrial, on the city's official future land use maps, designating the property as industrial general with the Wekiva overlay district, on the city's official zoning maps, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use and zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's error, permit disclaimer, and an effective date.
Commissioner Stewart.
It's mine, isn't it? So moved.
Second.
Motion by a sleepy Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Burns. Madam Clerk, I don't believe we have any requests.
speakers, ma'am.
Okay, discussion.
Wondering why the county didn't stick around for this one.
All in favor of the motion indicates so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed,
Look, I marked it.
motion carries. Okay, number 2.
Ordinance number 2024-30, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, relating to the use of the public rights-of-way for sidewalk cafes and right-of-way utilization areas, amending Chapter 54, entitled Streets and Sidewalks, providing for severability, codification, correction of scrivener's error, and an effective date.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. We don't have any requests for public comment. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, number 3.
Ordinance number 2024-31, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, relating to nightclubs within the downtown entertainment area and special use permits for late-night uses within the downtown entertainment area, amending Chapter 58, Part 1B of the Land Development Code entitled Zoning Tables, amending Chapter 58, Part 4B of the Land Development Code entitled Alcoholic Beverage Establishments, amending Chapter 65, Part 5A, Section 65.544 of the Land Development Code entitled Late Night Uses in the Downtown Entertainment Area, providing legislative findings and for codification, correction of scrivener's errors, severability, and an effective date.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. We do have a request to speak on this. The first was by Nathan Butler. He has subsequently let us know that he had a conflict and was not able to attend the meeting today, and the other one is Steve Garrity.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everybody. Nathan actually is a customer of ours over at the Landmark Building, so it's nice to see our customers are involved like we are. Thank you. Real briefly, my name's Steve Garrity. I'm with Highwoods Properties. Physical address is 201 East Pine Street in downtown Orlando. As long-term owners and one of the largest real estate tax contributors to downtown, Highwoods owns 7 buildings scattered throughout downtown. We support all downtown establishments with hopes we collectively serve the needs of all. City planning is very important, so thank you so much for everything you're doing. We support the 300-foot distancing and monitoring sidewalks. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Rose.
So I wanted to talk about this item, and I want to kind of address some of the, I would say, disinformation that's taking place right now when it comes to this ordinance. We are not stopping nightclubs from coming into downtown. What we are doing is we're looking at the 60-block area of what we call the downtown entertainment area, and we're saying of those 60 blocks, currently there are 48 nightclubs within a 12-block span. What we're doing is we're spreading the opportunities for the other vacant properties to be able to have nightclubs throughout. This does not stop new bars and nightclubs from opening. This does not impact bars. What I would like to do is I would like to thank the CRA staff because there are several incentive programs that we have worked together on to increase security throughout downtown. There's something called SAFE program, which is an incentive for businesses and properties to purchase, install security measures, which include ID scanners, security cameras, metal detectors. So far, we've had 64 pre-application meetings, 46 applications received, 28 applications were executed. We've executed $284,914, and we've paid out $239,274. So what we're doing is we're not allowing nightclubs. We are saying nightclubs are welcome, but what we're asking is that individuals who are trying to open nightclubs downtown consider the other 48 blocks that are in downtown. Thank you.
Is there a motion there, Commissioner?
Yes. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Rose, second by Commissioner Sheehan. I do not have any, we already did the public comment. So discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, ordinances, first read, number 1.
Ordinance number 2024-32, an ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending Chapter 56 City Code Parks Impact Fee by amending Section 56.31 Purpose, Intent, and Findings to incorporate an updated impact fee study, by amending 56.32 Definitions, by amending Section 56.32A Rules of Construction, by amending Section 56.35 Impact Fees Imposed, Rate Established, and Time of Payment, by amending 56.36 Presumption of Maximum Impact, by amending 56.37 Credits, by amending 56.38 Exemptions, Discounts, by amending 56.40 Application of Rates, by amending 56.41 Use of Funds, by amending 56.43 Periodic Review, by providing severability, repeal of conflicting ordinances and actions, codification, correction of scrivener's error, and an effective date.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. I have no request for public comment, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion carries. That concludes the scheduled portion of our meeting. Ed, can you get us ready for general appearance?